Here's how to bypass the SGW on this Stelvio. There you go. And there it is. So all 3 nuts are out. This sucker was tough. A lot of work, but he's got to get done. Relocate this SGW. Since we're going to be disconnecting electronic components in the car, it's important that we disconnect the battery first. All right, so the first thing that we need to do here is to remove this trim piece right here. Okay, this goes all the way across right here. Okay, so I would recommend that you pull the steering wheel all the way out and then push it all the way down. Okay, when you're doing this, that gives you a lot of room. And there are a couple of ways to remove the trim piece. You can use one of these prying tools, something like this. If I just stick it in there and then just kind of pry it loose like that. You can also stick your fingers right behind there, kind of like behind the trim piece, and pull it towards you, and that also releases it. You can see right here what's holding it in place. Okay, you got this clip right here, and you got another one right on the other side over here. Okay, and you have these ones right here as well. You don't need to remove this here, you just put it to the side there. And what I want to show you guys is that you have 2 screws right here. You got one here, and you got another one over here on this side. And these are T25s. These will need to come off because we need to remove this instrument cluster in order to get to the SGW. All right, so let me go ahead and remove those. All right, so this instrument cluster here is being held by those 2 screws and 2 clips that are going to be right behind back there. Okay, and that's the only thing that's holding it in place. So now we're going to need to yank on this to pull it out. And when I say yank on it, I mean it. You're going to need to pull with all you got. It's going to feel like you're going to break it. But that's how you're going to do it. Okay, as of the date of recording this video, I haven't found a single video on YouTube that shows you how difficult it is to remove this. So I'm about to show you guys how to do it. I'm not going to prep it. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. All the videos out there are just going to show you what it looks like after they pull this unit out, but I'm going to show you guys how difficult it is to remove it. I'm going to show you guys how much of a struggle it is to pull it out. I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks on how to get it out as efficiently as possible. All right, so here we go, guys. The easiest way to get this out, well, I lied. There's no easy way to get this out. But basically, you're gonna want to start from one of the corners, okay? Either from here or from this side, okay? I find it easier to do it from this side, okay? You can pretty much get your fingers kind of behind this cluster. There's a spot here where you can put your fingers back there and kind of get some leverage to be able to pull this out, pull this back. Okay, and then you can also stick your fingers right up here. Okay, and that'll give you more leverage. Okay, I like to step outside of the car instead of sitting in here. I find it more difficult to do it while I'm sitting in here. If I stand up outside of the car, kind of, you know, get myself positioned like this. Okay, and I just grab onto this, and then you just got to pull it, you know, pull it really hard. Okay, you don't want to break it, but it's going to feel like you're going to break it. That took a lot of force to pop that. Hopefully you heard that pop. It popped on this side right here. Okay, when I tried this for the first time yesterday, my fingers were pretty much red, okay, from pulling so hard. Today, since I already have the technique down, it was a lot easier. But yeah, when you do it the first time, you're going to struggle quite a bit. All right, so now I'm going to go to the other side here. Again, I'm going to kind of get my fingers right behind this cluster here at the bottom, and then kind of pull it out, pull it back like this. And when you pull it back, you want to do it in one motion. Okay, just pull it hard instead of just pulling slowly. Okay, you just want to do it in one motion like this. There you go. See how hard that was? Okay, you're really gonna struggle with that sucker. All right, but finally it's out. Now let me show you guys what else you're gonna need to do. Now behind here, there's gonna be a wire harness that you need to disconnect from the back of the cluster. That's that guy right there. You see that red tab right there? That's the wire harness. You're gonna feel here with your fingers that there's a little bump there. So you press that button, it's like a push button there, and then you pull this lever back, the red lever. Okay, let me do it here, just like that. Okay, that pulls back, and that disconnects this guy. All right, so now this guy is ready to come off. All right, And there it is. This is what I was talking about right here. Okay, these are the two clips. These are metal clips. You got one here and one here. These are the bastards that are so difficult to take off. But again, I'm glad that they did that, because in some cases I've seen reports of people saying that there's rattle coming from this unit here, and this just makes sure that this is completely secured in there. And this is where the connector goes, the wire harness goes.
Love the channel? Join as a member for bonus videos, early access, shoutouts, and more. Just click the join button. It helps me keep creating and you get cool perks. Thanks.
Now this is where things get interesting, all right? Let me tell you why. You're gonna need to get your hands back there, all right? Because back there, you see the black box. Okay, there's a black box right back there. Okay, that's your SGW. That's the secure gateway. We're gonna need to be able to reach back there, because right now we're looking at the back of it, but when you reach around it, you're gonna find that there are two wire harnesses connected to it on the other side. Now we can't see that from this vantage point, but that's what we need to do. Okay, we need to reach in there and disconnect two wire harnesses, and that way once we disconnect those, we can connect our bypass cable and be able to do write commands. So unfortunately I won't be able to record this for obvious reasons. I can't get a camera back there, get proper lighting and so forth. I think this is for HVAC here. Just be careful not to pierce that or damage this, okay, just when you're sticking your hands back there, all right? So just for demonstration purpose, I'm gonna show you guys just how awkward this is. I'll put my hand back there, okay, and then I'll need to reach back in there. Okay, I can feel it. I can feel the wire harnesses back there with my hands, so I'm gonna try to disconnect those. This right here is the bypass cable that I'm gonna be using. Okay, so when I disconnect the wire harnesses from the SGW, those are going to be connected into here. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. And when I'm done with the job, I'm going to disconnect it from here and then put it back into the SGW. You can find the link for this cable in the video description. All right, let me show you guys what I'm attempting to do here. And if you see me wearing this duct tape here, it's because my hands and arms are getting torn up. Just because how tight the space is in here. But what I'm trying to do is basically to remove these nuts right here. There are 3 of these that are holding the SGW in place. Okay, so because it was kind of difficult for me to remove the wire harnesses while leaving the SGW in place, I'm deciding to try something different. I don't think I've seen anybody do this before, but I'm gonna give it a try and I'm gonna let you guys know how it goes. So what I'm trying to do here is to detach the SGW from its mounting bracket so that I can reposition it and can see what I'm doing here, and to be able to more easily disconnect the wire harnesses. So hopefully I can have success with this, and if I do, then I'll let you guys know how it goes. So basically I'm just using a ratchet and a 10mm socket to remove those nuts. So they seem to come off relatively easy. There are 2 on the right side and 1 on the left. This one here is the one on the left. That was pretty easy to remove. So I'm gonna try these other 2 and keep you guys updated. So far so good. So I only got 1 more to go. That one that you see back there. And there it is. All right, so all 3 nuts are out. This is the SGW right here. Okay, so notice that I can just pick it up now and remove it from its bracket. And hopefully I can be able to reach the wire harnesses much easily now. All right, so I need to put the camera down to do this. I'm happy to report, guys, that this method works a lot better. All right, it does take a little bit more time, but check it out. I can see the wire harnesses from here now, and it's gonna be a lot easier for me to remove them. So it takes some patience to do this, I'm not gonna lie. But once you do that, it's so much easier to reach them. And I think, in fact, once I'm done with all this, I'm just probably gonna put just one of those nuts back just to make sure there's no rattling, but I'm not gonna be going through this in case I do any other changes to the car where I need to bypass the SGW. But yeah, this is gonna be a lot easier now. All right, success at last. The SGW has been disconnected. All right, let's pull it out. There it comes. Voila. All right, this sucker was tough. All right, so this is what the SGW looks like, guys. This is your firewall for the car. This, yes, we need to bypass this to do this job, but this guy also does play an important role, which is protecting you from cyber attacks and other things. Yeah, for now we're just gonna go ahead and put it out of the way, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the procedure that we need to do next. Okay, so just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. You know, this step that I just did here is not absolutely necessary, but it will help tremendously. There are 3 nuts here, 1 here on the left and 2 on the right. Once you remove those, then you're able to see what you're doing here. Okay, instead of just trying to reach back there and just destroy your hands. Okay, just look at all the duct tape I had to use just to protect my hands. And still, it just feels like it's burning. But yeah, let me go ahead and put this one aside here. Okay, and back there you're gonna see the wire harnesses. There's 2 of them right here. Okay, those 2 wire harnesses are the ones that we're gonna be connecting to. Okay, we're gonna basically connect those wire harnesses to this right here, to the bypass cable. There you have it, guys. I have connected the bypass cable. This is what I'm gonna use now in order to connect my ODB2 device, instead of using the one that comes over here with the car. All right, so yeah, that's a lot of work, but it's got to get done. So you guys are probably wondering what I'm going to do with this SGW module. So believe it or not, I am going to put it back in the car, but I'm not going to put it back in the same location. Okay, I'm going to relocate it, and the reason why I'm putting this back is because I don't want to expose my car to any additional threats. As I mentioned before, this thing here is like a firewall in your car. Okay, so I don't want to take down that firewall. But since there is a high likelihood that I'm going to need to disconnect this again in the future, I want to make my life easier. Okay, so what I did is I bought a cable, basically these extension cables right here. Okay, what this is going to allow me to do is basically to relocate this SGW. Right, so these cables here basically hook up into here. Okay, you go put one there, you put another one there. Okay, and then this end right here goes to the factory wire harnesses. Okay, so we put those back there in the behind the dash. Okay, and then we can move this guy in, you know, in the vicinity, close vicinity, where it's easily accessible. Okay, I'm gonna probably end up putting it underneath the steering column or something like that. I'll show you guys here in a minute what I end up doing. So in the future, if I need to do an oil change reset or something like that, I can just go into that area and then just unplug this wire harnesses right here, and then I can go in and connect my bypass cable like so, right? And then right here is where we connect the OBD2 device. All right, so this is going to make life a whole lot easier. If you guys want to get a hold of these cables, these are about 20 inches long. Okay, so they're pretty long and they're pretty cheap. Okay, so I'm going to put a link for these in the video description if you guys want to get a hold of that. All right, so let me go ahead and relocate this and I'll show you guys what I end up doing. All right, have a look at what I did, guys. So I used those extension cables that I showed you earlier to relocate this SGW to this area over here. Okay, so it's gonna go right in there. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that it's out of the way. It's not, you know, in the way of this thing as it comes down, etc. But yeah, this is gonna be a whole lot easier. I never had to go back in there, remove the instrument cluster, none of that nonsense. So it's gonna be a lot easier now for me to reach this guy whenever I need to do this in the future. With regard to how I routed the cables, it was pretty easy. Okay, I just reached my hand back there, I connected the other end of these extension cables over there to the original wire harnesses, and then there's plenty of room to route these guys from the side here and then just bring it down this way.